Shabbos TRM. This Shabbos, where we begin Sefer VaYikra, Torah Kalanim, and according to the Medrash Tanchuma, this is actually where Torah study is supposed to begin. The Medrash advises that children begin their study of Torah with Sefer VaYikra, learning about the Korbanot. And when pondering this question, the answer that's provided is that because the Korbanot are pure and children are pure, therefore they should be linked. I've heard others explain it pedagogically, that simply speaking, kids understand numbers and animals and procedures much more so than philosophical concepts and deep questions of halakha that emerge in some of the other Sefer Torah. Regardless of the explanation of this concept, Sefer VaYikra and the Korbanot seem to be presented as a foundational, essential base upon which we build our Talmud Torah. And if that is in fact the case, what lessons are there to be learned through these Korbanot and these procedures that might help inform our practice of Judaism? In this week's Parsha, there's one particular pasuk that jumps out. V'chol korban minchatcha b'melach timlach v'lo tashbit melach berit Elohecha me'al minchatecha al kol korbancha takriv melach. The Torah tells us that on every korban of mincha should be brought with salt. You cannot omit salt from the brit, the covenant of salt with God, from any of these korbanot. And then the pasuk repeats again, on every korban you shall bring salt. Of course, the reiteration screams, Darshani, why so much emphasis on salt? Furthermore, the question that I'd like to pose is, why is it on every korban? Why is it such an essential element? In fact, this pasuk is actually the source for which the minhag has emerged for us to have salt on our table. To have salt on our table every single Shabbos. I'd like to suggest that salt represents at least three basic ideas as it pertains to Avodat Hashem, which is the avodah of the Korbanot. The first is the idea of purification. Salt is used primarily in halacha to purify or to cleanse meat. Recognizing that the avodas Hashem, the true avodah of tefillah Korbanot, have that possibility and that power of purification, helps us understand what the purpose is of both the avodah and life itself. Second of all, salt offers taste. Salt allows us to be more sensitive and more attuned to the taste that a food would bring, thus making it more enjoyable. When we approach Torah learning, or when we approach avodah, having that perspective of being willing to taste and be more sensitive to the taste truly enhances our experience and builds it that much further. The third idea that I'd like to offer vis-a-vis salt is the concept of balance. Whenever you watch any cooking show or whenever you try to prepare any dishes, it immediately becomes obvious that salt and spices in general, as represented by salt, serve as a lesson in finding balance, recognizing that you need to have enough, but never too much. Such is the way that we support each other and that we help each other. We want to make sure to build each other up, but we don't want to hinder each other by offering too much. Such is the way that we serve Hashem. We need to always approach every single thing that we do, as the Rambam describes in that Shvil Hazav, with that proper level of balance. This past year has been a year that has thrown us all out of balance, that has made everything more difficult and makes it even harder for us to preserve. Bezrat Hashem, this Shabbos, as we read this pasuk and as we look into Sefer VaYikra to look for more lessons about how to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu and how to learn Torah, let our foundation be this Brit Melach, be these lessons of salt, that our lives and our Torah should be pure, should be directed totally to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that they should be enjoyed, they should be savored, and of course that they should be balanced. Shabbat Shalom.